So these 4 months, I actually sacrificed a lot. I sacrificed many social gatherings. I have to, every day when I went to office. So first 1 hour, I dedicated myself into the study, because those are actually, our country offices did not open on those hours. Study for 2 to 3 hours. It was a very difficult. I had a little daughter here. I had to manage other household things. So, but after all, I had to manage somehow that, and I'm very much thankful to my family members.
Hello everyone, welcome to CISA This Much. This is Aditya, and today we have with us Nausheen, who has recently qualified her CISA. So Nausheen, first of all, heartiest congratulations for qualifying CISA. So before asking you any questions, how does it feel qualifying CISA in first attempt?
It feels very wonderful, because I was struggling for CISA almost around 2 years. But at last I qualified it, and within the first attempt. So it's just a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, so it's an achievement, finishing this exam in first attempt, seeing the passing rates and the difficulty of the exam. So my like I'll be asking a lot of questions, but before that, can you please introduce yourself, your background, and what made you choose CISA?
Okay. So, hi everyone. I'm Nausheen. I'm currently working as the head of internal audit and compliance at BRAC University, which is a renowned private university of Bangladesh. Actually, I have joined there very recently. Prior to that, I worked as an assistant director of internal audit at ASHA International Microfinance, which is a Bangladesh-based multinational microfinance institution. So prior to that, I also worked at Marico Bangladesh Limited as a deputy manager of internal control and audit. And prior to that, I worked as a risk management and internal audit assistant manager at ACI Limited. It's the largest conglomerate of Bangladesh. I also started my career with the same ACI Limited back in 2012. And but later on, I shifted my career a little bit. I switched to credit rating agency, worked there as a financial analyst, then worked as a business intelligence analyst in a social enterprise company. But after a certain point of time, I felt that my core strength is in internal audit. So I back to internal audit again in 2018, and then started everything. So apart from that, I'm a certified internal auditor and a certified risk management expert, CRMM, and also had a little bit IT certification, which is Associate Information System Auditor, AISA, which is issued by GISA Council, and recently qualified CISA. And I am also actively involved with many activities of Institute of Internal Auditors Global and Bangladesh. I am an exam committee member of IIA Global, where I review CIA and CRM exam questions. And also, I'm a board member of IIA Bangladesh, also chair of Training and Professional Development Committee. So that's a little bit about me. And why choose CISA, right? So when I joined ASHA International, actually, when I completed CIA, as you know, CIA has around 50% weightage in level 3 for IT part. So they have covered information security, information technology. So when I studied CIA, I had a plan to do CISA later on. Okay, but when I joined ASHA International, my first assignment was IT audit. I was so shocked doing the IT audit, because I had a very little bit knowledge about IT things, because I only had the basic knowledge about IT, which I gained from CIA, but not had the in-depth knowledge. So on that very moment, I was adamant that I will pursue CISA. And also another thing, when I was in ASHA, I had a plan that my next level of job would be head of internal audit. So if I become internal audit head, so if then I would recruit some IT auditor. But again, when the IT auditor will do the IT audits, I need to learn from. I need to, know what they are conveying to me. I have to work with them with the same pace. So that's why basic IT understanding is very much important. So that's again, I also planned for CISA.
All right. Thank you for the detailed answer. So, Noshin, so you have mentioned something about, it took you 2 years, and and you have been planning to give CISA since past 2 years. So, I just want to know about your journey, and how you have started, and like about the duration which you have taken, like since you have mentioned 2 years. So uh, this is a very common question, which is being which is normally everyone asks, that what should be the ideal duration, of like how many months I should be studying for CISA. Like some people, they crack this exam even in 2 months. For some people it take 1 year. I know it depends upon lots of factors like experience, the background, and everything. But then, I want to know about your journey. Like, since you have mentioned it took you 2 years, so when you thought of starting with the this journey, and about till finishing your exam. So about the entire journey, about the entire duration, and your uh, overall this path.
Okay. So actually, I started from the scratch 2 years back, but effectively, I studied for 4 months, which I can consider as CISA preparation. But back in December 2021, I purchased the CRM book and the QA manual. Then I started reading it. After going through domain one, I found it very easy because it was very similar to CIA. So I thought I could crack the exam easily. Even I just read the domain two and found it easy. But the real struggle started for me from the domain three. I read domain three, but it was just beyond my imagination. And then also domain four, five. Actually, what is the thing is that I could not understand the things, what is written in the CRM. So what I did, one day I read, then another day I just did another thing. So the procrastination was there. So I was just losing hope, and at a certain point of time, I thought that CISA is not my thing. So then again, I did some online courses, online. I saw online videos, but nothing helped me. Even in on those times, I also saw a video, but I did not check those back. And at a certain point of time, back in around July or August 2023, I saw one of some of few of your success stories, and some of the candidates mentioned that they passed without reading CRM. So I just found some hope because whenever I went through the CRM, I found it very frustrating because I could not understand, especially domain three to five. And whenever I contacted any successful candidate, they are telling me that it is mandatory to read the CRM at least for 2 to 3 times. So I was just wondering, I could not even reading it for one time. How could I finish it 2 to 3 times? So but I saw your success stories and then went through your domain two videos, which is a free video in the YouTube, and I found it very interesting. Then I thought of purchasing the whole CISA Ditmars course, and I purchased it. And the day when I saw these videos, and my concepts were getting clear and clear. So what I did, I found it very interesting. My interest just going up and up, and then after September passed, this whole September I invested for domain three and domain four, and then and then I got the confidence that that it is very much password the exam. So I fixed the deadline for December 30, and working towards that, uh, and then yeah, and then I passed, become successful. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have multiple questions for you, but before that, let me give a disclaimer that CRM is book issued by ISACA. It's a very good book. Like, see, if you read the initial pages, so they themselves have mentioned that there will be few areas, which will not be asked in the exam. So, but as an auditor, if let's say if I am working as an auditor, and anytime I want to refer something, what ISACA things in this particular area, like, what is considered as a best practice, which they expect the IS auditor to follow. I can anytime I can read and I can get the knowledge. Okay, the issue which people get is, like, the book is quite vast. It has lots of additional information. See, some information you need it to crack the exam, some information you need it for the future, when you're working in as an IT auditor, that time you may realize that, yeah, so these informations, although it didn't help me in the exam, but then it is required for me to have understanding about. So and also one more thing, so most of the people who come from the finance background, and who are working as an internal auditor, for them, as you have also mentioned, that domain 3, 4, and 5 seems to be the most difficult domain, and these three domains makes them lose their confidence. So my question to you is, which domain you feel, okay, was the most difficult, or something which people who are from the same background, will have to focus a lot on that specific domain. And also, I'll be asking you a few questions about the IIA and the CIA part. So, but before that, if you can answer which domain you felt, okay, this was the most difficult domain, and let's say if I understand this domain, I have understood like 50% of the entire syllabus, because I know there are a lot of people, for them domain 1 and 2 is the most difficult domains, especially we see CISA is the course wherein people from commerce, people from science, from different backgrounds, they do this certification. Some people who are from IT background, for them domain 4 and 5 are the most easiest one, like, because they know, they have studied these things, they have studied the BCP, DRP, all these secure, the firewalls and all those, they have understanding. But when it comes to understand, like, knowing the domain 1 and 2, that becomes a nightmare for them. So uh, people who are from internal audit background, so which domain you felt, okay, this domain, you need to focus a lot. If you do this domain well, other domains becomes very easy for, so I want to know your opinion on that.
Actually, it varies from person to person, and as you said, their background. Since I'm from finance and accounting background, so domain 3, 4, and 5, it's the most difficult domain for me. And if I have to rank them in 1 to 3, then the difficulty level of domain 5 is more than 4 than 3. Okay, so I had to invest a lot of time in domain 5. I can remember I used to, for the last few days, I used to watch the domain 5 videos more and more, because I actually took notes. For every videos, when I saw the videos, watched the videos, I took the notes, and these actually helped me a lot before my exam, because I just went, because before exam the whole videos are not actually possible to watch, so I just went through my notes, and especially the mock tests are very much useful. And also you have added some mini pocket test recently, so this pocket test and the mock test, I said there is no alternative for it. And revision, actually revision is the key. Revision a lot, for, I can remember I can watch your videos around 4 to 5 times, probably. Yeah.
All right. And since you have also mentioned that you did your CIA back, and you are also a member. I think you mentioned you are a board member of IIA, Bangladesh.
IIA Bangladesh, and
Uh, uh,
also exam committee member of IA Global.
all right, great. So my question to you, last year. So what happens is, when someone wants to do certification. So the first process, what people do is they first try to see which certification they should be going for, because in the market there are a lot of certifications, right? When it comes to audit certifications, for internal audit there is IIA, for IT audit there is CISA. Okay, now some people, they think, okay, I should be doing both. Some people say, okay, I'll be doing first maybe CISA, or maybe first CIA, and then maybe I'll think of doing the other certification. So you have mentioned that, in your level 3 you had 50% of IT audit syllabus, right? So did you
Yes.
find that helpful for going for the CISA, like, like having like getting a chance to go through the overall IT audit in the CIA level 3 itself? Did it help you in your CISA? Do you advise people, who are from internal audit, like to maybe initially do CIA first before coming to CISA, or maybe they can do both the certifications simultaneously? Because or is there any advantage, which we have currently by IIA? Because as far as what I remember, last year they were having some, what to say, exemptions for CISA certified holders. Like, if I am a certified holder, I need not give all the three levels. I just have to give
Exactly.
one single exam. So, I want to know your opinions on these things.
Okay, so if anyone is from pure internal audit, I would first suggest to go for CIA. If it is not needed IT audit certification immediately, if there is no immediate need, so go for IIA, because IIA will set the background for your audit, which will make your CISA journey easier, because CISA domain 1, 2, especially these are covered in CIA. And also some basic level of IT understanding you may be getting from the CIA. Okay. Again, if someone is not CIA holder, but maybe past any maybe from chartered accountant, and may have a CISA background, even for them, if they opt for CIA, they can do it, because IA is providing option for CISA challenge exam. So when they give this exam, so they will be giving a one exam, but the IT part will be omitted there. Yeah, so CIA IT part will not be asked in this question, but IA standards, all other things, then financial management, business acumen, all these things will be tested there. So my suggestion is actually it's better to do CIA first, then go for CISA. If you are especially interested about internal audit, because combining CIA and CISA will give you a more strength, and will make your career line or your background more strong.
So still we, like, you mentioned that still we get exemptions. Let's say if any
Yes.
CISA certified holder is watching your video, so and if they are planning to do CIA, so they will get exemption, and the IT audit part will not be applicable for them. So they just have
Yes.
to.
Yes.
Okay, and that
Just for the other parts.
all right, but the exam would be only one, right? So there won't be three levels.
Only one part, but the thing is that the cost will be higher. There is high, high risk, high return. Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. So my next question to you is, I want to know about, like if you can share your strategy about the revision part, and like, since you have mentioned, you have gone through the lectures and you have made your own notes. I think if I'm not wrong, you also mentioned that you have gone through the lectures 3 to 4 times, and especially for, the bigger domains like domain 4, domain 5. What advice you would like to give to the people, to the CISA aspirants who are watching your lecture, how they should plan this exam? And as you also might be knowing that the syllabus is going to change very soon. They have last 6 months, and people want to crack this exam. I get these things, like, they are, see, everyone does the hard work, right? It's not that I cannot say sitting here that, you have done hard work, that person is not doing hard work. Everyone does, the best of their level, right? But then people sometimes feel demotivated, like, because it is not that easy exam. They have to manage all the five domains, revising the question answers, official question answers, the mocks, going through the lectures. Some people also do CRM, and that is also advisable. I won't say it's not advisable. That is also advisable. So managing all these things with your job, sometimes it's not an easy task, right? So I want to know about how you dealt with all these things, and how you came out of this.
Yeah. So I have a 9 to 6 p.m. Job, which is 9 hours job. So what I did actually, I told that effectively I studied for 4 months. I purchased your videos in September and set for the exam in December. So these 4 months, I actually sacrificed a lot. I sacrificed many social gatherings. I have to, I mean, every day when I went to office. So first 1 hour I dedicated myself into the study, because those are actually, I mean, our country offices did not open on those hours. So I got some time on those hours. So I used to actually study for 1 to 1.5 hours. And then after getting back from office to home, after just getting fresh and having some refreshment, I just had to sit for the study, and then actually study for 2 to 3 hours. It was a very difficult. I had a little daughter here. I had to manage other household things. So but after all, I had to manage somehow that, and I'm very much thankful to my family members for that, because they understood about that. And in the so in weekdays I actually studied for 4 hours to 3 to 4 hours, and then in the weekends actually I could not manage much time. Weekends also I studied 3 to 4 hours, because I had other things to do, sometimes some pending works of weekdays which I could not avoid, so I had to do that. But in the before exam, I took about 8 days of leave. I actually did not disclose to my colleagues that I was going to give the exam, but took leave, and that period is most important because the last minute revisions. I went through your last minute notes, and I went through my notes, gave lots of mock exam, and after I can remember that I can finish the mock exam within 2 hours, but I had to spend actually 3 hours on understanding what are the rationale behind those answers. I actually went each detail, that why it is right, why it is wrong, because it's a very much important to understand the rationale. So that actually very much helpful, and I also made notes from those mock test also. I had a this amount of notes bundle. I still can remember. So this is, I mean, the main suggestion I can give, that consistency is the key. You have to be very much consistent. I from September to December, I did not. I mean, single day. I did not skip a single day for a study. Every day I study, even for a 1 hour I also sit with the I mean your video or the notes, whatever. Consistency is the key, and also revision, revision, and revision. No alternative to revision, because each time you revise, your concept getting more and more clear. And another thing is that set a clear deadline, because I was very adamant within the middle of October that I would sit for the exam on the December 30. I would not miss that. So setting the deadline would always just encourage you to read more, and time is getting behind. So yeah, that's the advice I can say.
Yeah. Thank you for the detailed strategy. Like she has mentioned one very good point, and I would like to highlight that. So what happens is, like, we have forgotten writing down things. She mentioned that even for the mocks, and this is something I am hearing for the first time. Like, people are noting down even for the mocks, like what new things she learned from a particular set of questions. which she can remember, as a matter of knowing a concept. And this is something very important. What happens is that we feel that we'll watch lecture, we will just solve some questions, and we'll sit in the exam hall. It's not going to work like that, right? You need to also try to come with whatever. See, there are a lot of ways for doing the revision. Some people, I was saying this to one of my students, that you can record in your own voice, in whichever language you are okay, and you are it could be any language. See, the important thing is you need to revise every day. So whatever you have learned, maybe you can record in your own voice, maybe you can just note down things. And as she mentioned, even for the mocks, this is something like the honestly, I'm hearing this for the first time, because mostly people, what they do, they solve the mock for the second time. But this is also very good practice, in the sense that, let's say I have gone through some set of questions, and I want to get the best out of it. I want the best, I don't want, I want to have the least amount of revision. What I can do is I can just try to take down notes. And I'm damn sure that when you are taking down the notes, you know that is also acting as a revision, right? And that is also helping you out, like, so that what to say, that will definitely help you to remember whatever you have learned during the day. And also it makes the revision process easy. So let's say I want to revise maybe the mock, or some set of questions. Instead of going through all the questions, what I can do is I can just go through my notes, and while going through the notes, I'll get to know, okay, these were the things which are new for me, which I learned, for the first time. This particular logic and this particular concept, and that helps you, in cracking the exam. So there is no shortcut. Everyone goes through the same process. As she mentioned, like, she had to sacrifice a lot. So really hats off for inspiring a lot of people. And as a working mother, I'm damn sure, like, people will definitely be inspired with your journey. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. So any last tip, or any advice you would like to give to CISA aspirants, or people who are planning to write the exam this month, or next month, or very soon?
I would say again that please be consistent. Because you do not need to study for actually longer period. If you aim for it within 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, please stick to that and dedicate whole hours on those periods. Even you can sacrifice a little bit on those periods, but after passing, it will be a wonderful feeling. So please be consistent and also revise more, and if possible try to follow one mentor. It is from any one you can follow, but I think it's very important for CISA to follow mentor, because it's a very technical exam. So especially for us who are from the finance accounting background, we have a little bit struggle with the technical expert. We do not have those much technical expertise, so it's better to follow one mentor to understand the concepts.
All right. So thank you so much for sharing your experience. You have answered almost all the questions. So thank you so much. And I'm sure your interview will definitely help a lot of people. Thank you, and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.